Just do it!
Welcome to The Know, I'm Brian.
I'm John.
After all this time, John, is No Man's Sky finally getting honest-to-goodness multiplayer? It only took 2 years.
I don't know. Great. So now all I have to do is convince all my friends to play No Man's Sky again?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen. Sorry, just being honest.
Well, for everybody else, some leaked box art has got fans super hyped about the possibility that true multiplayer, which, you know, some people were expecting back when the game launched in 2016, but now it might finally be a thing.
This is reminding me that the game didn't launch last year. It launched 2 years ago.
Almost 2 years ago.
Christ. Yeah, so No Man's Sky has become a legendary game for a lot of the wrong reasons, for building up expectations and not meeting them, but to their credit, the developer has stuck with the game, and they have kept updating it ever since its underwhelming launch, and in the process, it's added a bunch of new features over time, and I can attest to that.
Yeah, and this one could be the biggest one yet, because back when the game launched, lots of people thought that they would be playing together in a shared procedurally generated universe with bazillions of planets and crazy monsters and crap. The game didn't live up to that hype, but this could be the multiplayer we've been waiting for.
Sweet. No more settling for glowy orbs?
Nope. Really.
Oh, that's how, yeah, that's right. You might find the glowy orb.
Good little reference I wrote there.
Jesus. So, the lack of multiplayer was one of the big gripes that players had when the game released, and it was continuously used by detractors as proof that creator Sean Murray had promised way, way more than he actually delivered.
But better late than never. We might be here if this leaked box art is
Don't know
true.
if that's better late than ever still, but it is late. It is late. Okay, so let's get you up to speed. This comes from a tweet thanks to Peaceful Gamer, who showed off what looks like box art for the Xbox One version of the game.
Yes, and the big thing that everyone took away is that the art shows off 4 different character models, which would seem to indicate that you can play together, ideally online, but at the least co-op, hopefully.
Or it could just be 4 versions of what you could be that you'll never see anybody else. Other people also noticed more possible clues from the art. One character has an over-the-shoulder camera that kind of looks like a GoPro, and the ships in the art look like they might match the colors of the player's suits, so that could mean that multiplayer could extend to space flight as well.
Well, if that's true, that would
Space race!
Yeah, it would open up gameplay. Exploring one planet's one thing, but flying around with friends, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, this could be huge for fans of the game, all 5 of them, because it definitely has created a big universe, and it'll be a lot more fun to play with friends.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with No Man's Sky, here's a very quick rundown. The sci-fi space game has been very controversial, to say the least, ever since it launched. It's an open-world survival game with a vast procedurally generated universe that has won some praise, and it attracted a dedicated fan base that survives kind of to this day.
Yeah, the moms of the developers. Yeah, but the game also became famous for what it didn't have when it launched. Lots of people were really frustrated. Some of them are named John Reisinger with developer Hello Games and lead developer Sean Murray for what they consider to be overpromising a bunch of features that didn't make it into the initial game.
Yeah, I paid full price too.
Same.
Yep. It became a classic case of hype that had gotten way too out of control. Lots of people like these 2 guys bought the game, but to many, like these 2 guys, the initial version felt more like an early access or a beta version rather than a finished game.
Yeah, but Murray and Hello Games stuck with it and kept releasing update after update, and gradually a fuller game took shape.
Have you played it since?
Yeah, it's added some good features, but I like those when I buy the game.
In March of 2017, for instance, they introduced the Pathfinder update. That added graphical updates, planetary vehicles, the ability to share your base online, even a permadeath mode.
Yeah, and before that, a similarly big patch added different game modes, the ability to establish home bases and farm crops.
It's like Stardew Valley.
Sure.
Not as successful. But multiplayer always loomed over No Man's Sky as a big unfulfilled promise. In August of last year, they introduced the feature in the game's 1.3 update. Kind of, not really. Instead of playing with friends and their in-game avatars, the other players were represented by weird glowy orbs that you really couldn't interact with. So it was like playing with a LED light.
Playing with like a ghost.
Yeah.
But even then, the developer hinted that more would be coming in the notes for the update, which was called Atlas Rises. The developer said, while interaction with others is currently very limited, this is an important first step into the world of synchronous co-op in No Man's Sky, because no one else in the world has ever figured out how to do co-op work in like a video game. So No Man's Sky, thank you for paving the way.
What groundbreaking technology we're
Jesus.
working on. We haven't heard much since then. The last note from the developer came in October of last year with some patch notes for the Atlas Rises updates. That was the usual bug fixes along with an improved save system so you could save multiple saves of your many No Man's Sky games.
Yeah, by yourself. Yeah, but given Hello Games' actions over the last 2 years, it's conceivable that they've been working on this below the radar. Say what you will, but they've definitely tried to give people their money's worth, even if the initial game was a bit barren.
Yeah, one thing's for sure, the fans who have stuck with the game deserve this. Over on the No Man's Sky subreddit, which has 133,000 subscribers, there are multiple threads already devoted to the box art. They've been chopping it up, and the general consensus from those fans was, please let this be real.
They do know there are other games to play, right?
Please let me be able to afford another game.
There's other games.
Yeah.
Why are they not playing Fortnite or something? That's what everyone's on.
It's free.
Yeah, Fortnite's free.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yep.
Hopefully an announcement from Hello Games is coming soon. Fingers crossed for all of you guys. I really hope that you guys can fully chase your bliss.
I hope you get what you want
Yep.
out of this. What do you guys think of multiplayer finally maybe coming to No Man's Sky? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your very salty gaming news, if and when No Man's Sky finally gets multiplayer, be sure to like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the know. This is not how we usually talk about video games, I promise.
How much did you pay for No Man's Sky?
I paid $60 for this stupid piece of shit.
Brian,
60.
I bought the special edition.
Oh, Kdin.
Oh.
My sweet, sweet Kdin.
Sweet. Awesome.